Hey guys, Dave and Len here. This is Wargame Chat. This time we're going to talk about war memorials. The reason this came up is because I just got back from Washington, D.C. and went to a bunch. I had been to them before, but first one I want to talk about is the Vietnam Veterans Wall. It's got the names of all the soldiers, U.S. soldiers killed in that war, listed in the order they were killed in. And so if you know someone, you want to find their name on there, you can go online and it will tell you which panel it's on and so forth. It's a pretty big memorial and yeah, pretty powerful one too when you see all those names there and so forth. You've been to the Veterans or
Yes.
Vietnam Veterans Memorial, haven't you?
Yes. One thing I want to bring up is the Korean War Memorial in D.C. Well, I was first of all, I didn't realize they had one when I saw it, and what I liked is they show like soldiers. It's like a patrol. They're wearing ponchos and they're carrying their weapons, and it looks so human-like, and I was really impressed by that.
Yeah, that was a good memorial. I saw that this time I was there, but it was actually closed, so we saw it from like 150 feet away. I'm not sure why it was closed. We did like a night tour of the memorials, the Vietnam Veterans Wall. We saw it at night too, so I had my telephone out with the light on it and stuff to read the names on the wall. Other one I saw, this is the first time I saw it, I didn't see it the last time. I was in Washington, D.C. about, when was that? The previous time I'd been in Washington, D.C., I think it was about 8 years ago or something, maybe 10 years ago. But the World War I Memorial, I didn't know they had one. That was pretty interesting, actually. Did you visit that one when you were there?
Oh no, where's it at?
I don't know the streets. We were walking all over the city.
Because last time I visited D.C., they didn't have the World War II Memorial, for example.
I didn't see that this time, but I saw it the first time I was there. To be honest, the World War II Memorial, I mean, it's nice they have a memorial, but I think they deserve better than the memorial they were given. I mean, that's the biggest war in history. And the Franklin Delano Roosevelt Memorial is larger than the World War II Memorial, which I think is complete and utter. I mean, at a minimum, they should have had something the size of an entire park for the World War II Memorial. And hell, why not put all those guys' names on a wall too? I mean, we can afford it. But yeah, what they have there, I thought was not what the World War II veterans deserved. They deserved a lot better memorial than that.
Mm-hmm. One thing that surprised me was the Iwo Jima flag raising.
Oh, I saw that too at night. Yeah, that memorial. That was cool.
And what got me, actually, when I saw it the first time, it's big. I mean, photos don't show you how big it is.
Yeah.
So, I'm trying to, good thing you reminded me of FDR Memorial. I thought that was a nice one.
Yeah, it was a good memorial, but the thing that I thought was wrong is that the World War II Memorial should have been bigger than that.
There's little plaques and things for like Civil War generals and things like that.
Yeah, we went to Arlington Cemetery too. That's my second time at that cemetery. We went to the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier and watched the changing of the guard and stuff. That's always good to watch. I got a friend who was in the old guard. He wasn't a tomb guard, but he would at Arlington Cemetery. He'd be one of the soldiers who'd do the 21-gun salute and stuff at the different military funerals. And I think Bush was in office. Big Bush, not little Bush, and he did some. I don't know what you call them, some marching for him at some event that Bush had or something. He was telling me also he was in a reaction force for the White House. I guess at all times, both the Marines and the Army have one unit on standby in case something bad happens near the White House. So he used to do that every now and then. He worked at the Pentagon and stuff too. We went to the Pentagon too. Right now they're not doing tours of it, but they have a 9/11 memorial there. So when we got there, the 9/11 memorial, of course, was closed. But we walked up to the gate, and we could see it from the distance. It has all these little airplane-looking things that I think each one represents one person that was killed in that attack or something. I would have liked to have seen the memorial. I don't know why it was closed, because it's outdoors, so that doesn't make sense to me. But how about you? You got any...
Okay, I was thinking of some of the European memorials for American soldiers. Well, actually, I saw the one for Waterloo, which is a big tower. They built a big ridge on the Wellington's battlefield and put up a tower for the Prince of Orange, totally ruining it. But one thing, the optics at Waterloo are strange because when I was walking past it, there's something about the terrain. Like I saw a tree going down and coming up because everybody's talking about how things can disappear and come back.
Oh, one thing I forgot to mention about the Korean War Memorial, which was closed when I was there. I only saw it from a distance. The reason it was closed is because they're going to be putting up a wall around it, and the wall is going to have the name of all the U.S. troops who were killed in Korea, plus the names of all the Koreans who were assigned to U.S. units. Because most people don't know this, but to fill out U.S. units, they also had Korean soldiers who fought for the U.S. Army, too.
Yeah. And also, in the Ardennes, Europe, there's a number of cemeteries dedicated where the American dead are buried. And I remember the Ardennes had a nice big memorial. It's like a circle and with all the names of the states and also all the American infantry units, all the American divisions. So I can't remember where that's at. And of course there was one, the last Tiger tank. It's parked in one street, one area in the Ardennes. It's a Tiger 2. And it's like, well, after the war, it was like, it's too heavy to move, so they left it there. And what got me is that if you go up, you'll notice, like, there's marks on the tanks where there's grooves where the armor-piercing rounds bounced off.
Oh, wow.
And there's little circles where, like, the bazooka rounds hit but never penetrated. So, it's like in front of some tavern someplace.
Gotcha.
I do have one that is noted. The first memorial for the Vietnam veterans was in Chicago. It was put up sometime in the 80s.
Yeah, my friend's dad was part of that. They had I think it was a traveling memorial, and then they ended up putting up a memorial in Springfield that's permanent, and the one in Springfield has the names of all the guys from Illinois who were killed in the Vietnam War. His name's on that wall, not as one of the ones who was killed, but they have a plaque off to the side for the people who raised the money to have it built.
Well, this is was first memorial for Vietnam veterans in the nation. And the mayor at the time was a widow from whose husband was a Marine aviator who died in an accident. So she understood what it meant to lose a loved one. So there was like a memorial put up, it was around Michigan Avenue someplace. Well, at a certain point, the part of the memorial with her name on it disappeared. And then the big-faced mayor at the time had the memorial removed temporarily because they were expanding the street, and at some point it just disappeared and we're not allowed to talk about it. So, yeah.
Cool. Any other memorials you've been to, or?
That's the one I remember the most. So.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. If you have any ideas for future Wargame Chats, things we can talk about, let us know. Have a good evening.